Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn our third lesson, fiber to fabric. Before starting this lesson, there is a video for you, and after this video, you will have a very good clearation of concepts. Let's go through the video.
Fiber, natural fiber and synthetic fiber. You have variety of dresses in your cupboard. Have you ever thought about from where these clothes come? Or more specifically, how these clothes are made? Dear students, the clothes are made of fabrics and fabrics are made from fibers. A fiber is basically a string made of some material. Have you ever tried to thread a needle? Sometimes the end of the thread is separated into few thin strands. These thin strands are fibers. On the basis of source, fibers are of two types, natural fibers and synthetic fibers. Natural fibers are obtained from plants or animals. For example, cotton is obtained from plants, wool is obtained from fleece of sheep, hair of rabbit and yak. The cocoon of silkworm gives us silk fiber. Technological innovations and chemical treatments made it possible to construct fibers artificially. Such fibers are called artificial fibers or synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. For example, rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. I hope you must have understood what is fiber and its type very well. Thanks for watching this video.
So today we are going to start this lesson. In last video, we have introduction of this lesson, fiber to fabric. Okay, what is mean by clothes? Okay, how does it started? How we have started using clothes? That all we have seen in last videos. So now onwards we are going to start the actual lesson. Okay, so first of all, I hope you have understood the history of clothes, how we have started using the clothes, what are the uses, why we started using the clothes, what kind of clothes we are using in our past, what kind of clothes we are using now. So there is a, you can say, a variety of clothes we have used. Okay, so this video is about natural fibers, plant fibers, animal fibers. How do we get fibers? Okay, these 3 points we are going to learn about. This one is plant fibers, animal fibers. Okay, from plants and animals, how do we get fibers? Okay, so that is the question. Today we are going to take the answer. Okay, so let's begin with animal fibers. Animal fibers, I told you that when the people started using the clothes, they have started from the animal skin. Whenever they hunt the animal, okay, they eat the flesh and the remaining material was its skin. Okay, they kept the skin on their body and they started protecting themselves. So, according to that, the first clothes that were the human beings started using, that is the animal skin leaves. Okay, so now animal fibers, how do we get animal fibers? So actually it is a very huge industry. I'm telling that is an industry. Industry means whenever the word industry concerned, that is mean by production, profit, selling, purchase and real. The same thing here, that is animal fibers. Actually here the people start taming the animals for a specific purpose to obtain the money. Okay, so we are getting the fiber from animals. There were different animals. Okay, just like sheep, Angora gate, alca, lima. Okay, these are the different animals from which we are obtaining the fibers. Okay, that over that fibers are drawn into fabrics. Okay, so let's start with how we obtain it. Okay, see, mostly the rearing of sheep occurs in a mountain regions where there are a lot of mountains, where there is a lack of jobs or there is lack of occupations. That time the people accepted the animal fibers. See, if you have visited the Kashmir or if you will visit somewhere sometime in future, you will observe that Kashmiri shawls, another word is Pashmina shawls and Kashmiri shawls. If you try to buy it originally, it is a lot of cost. It is really costly. Okay, you have to pay a lot of money for that. The main reason is behind that. That is drawn from a specific gold. It has specific quality. Okay, it is very famous in Kashmir. That whenever the people visit it, they will definitely purchase that shawl. Okay, so main application of that, the mountain region, is rearing of sheep and other animals. From that they will obtain the hairs. Okay, so we are going to understand this process, how it occurs. As I told you, there is a lack of occupations, so people need to adjust money for themselves. So they find out the different ways. So this rearing of sheep or rearing of animals for the purpose of wool, it is a very old tradition. Okay, from ancestors people are doing like that. What they do, okay, they rear the sheep, goat, Angora goat, again I can say it is yak, whichever the animals which were in a cold region, okay, they obtain hairs from them. Now, there is a point why the people in a cold region have depending on that occupation. Because of that, cold region, we all know that extreme cold is there in winter. So the animals which were living in that area, they have adapted themselves with that situation. So they have a thick hairs, or they have a thick body cover of hairs. Okay, the protectors from their cold. But what about in winter? Okay, so what people have adapted? People adapted the thing that they remove the hair from the animal's skin of that animal. Okay, they utilize it to make the fabrics. Okay, so just like people in Uttarakhand, Kashmir, we can say Rajasthan, Uttaranchal. So these are the mountainous regions where the people rear their sheep throughout the year. Okay, in winter season, extreme cold will be there. Okay, so that's why people never remove that layer of skin. But in summer season, they remove the layer of hair from their body. What they do is utilize it for the different purpose. Again, up to the summer, the hairs will rise. Okay, so same thing happened to them. It will again rise in winter. Again, they will remove in summer. So that cycle will continue. Animals also get the protection from hairs in winter season, and in summer season they will get the cold by removing that hair. Okay, so animal fibers, whenever we are thinking, just like say Nanded, that Malegaon fair in after December 11 month we will attend. In that if we found that the original blanket which is made up of wool, it is very costly. If you find out there, it starts from 3,000-4,000 up to 50,000 to 60,000 blanket you will see, a single blanket. Okay. Because it is drawn from the original ships. Original ships means the specific types of, there are a lot of breeds of ships. Okay. So they drawn it and actually they were handmade, and it gives us very warmth in a cold winter. Okay, so in that we get the animal fibers. Okay, the people have different types of occupations. Okay, some of them will rear the sheep, some of them remove the hairs, some of them do the process to make the wool. Okay, there are the 5 steps to prepare the wool that we are going to see in our next lecture. Okay, scoring, shading, fluffing, okay, dyeing. Okay, these are the different processes. Through that, how the wool converts into fabric. It is not easy that collect the wool, throw it somewhere, and automatically, easily it will be turned into fabric. No. There are the certain steps involved in that, and each and every steps must be followed with a strict rules. Then we will get the perfect fibers. Okay. So animal fibers we will get it. Another thing is that now I have told you about sheep, goats, yak, Angora goat, okay, alka. That were the things, but again very expensive fabrics we are going to discuss about. And these fibers, that fabric is used from our ancestors. Okay, China, India were famous for that. That is the silk. Okay, how the silk obtains? Okay, so there are certain processes by obtaining how to obtain the silk. Okay, first of all, let's start from the rearing of, we can say, silk. You know that mulberry leaves. Okay, silk. We can say silkworm will survive on mulberry leaves. What happens? Actually, that is a farming. Okay. So we name it as a sericulture. Sericulture means what? In that the people makes the silk. Okay, but they obtain the silk from that process. That is called sericulture. Okay. What firstly they do? They take the eggs, put it on the mulberry leaves. Okay. From that mulberry leaves, okay, it started germinating. They eat it. There is a cycle of that. Okay, don't worry, we are going to see in that next video. Just we are going to focus on this point. How do we get fibers? Okay, the 4 steps also we are going to see tomorrow, and the life cycle of silkworm, mammoth, that also we are going to learn. But it is just to see that how we are obtaining it. Okay, so that after the silkworm, what happened? They started growing. Okay, and after the second process, that silkworm comes out. Okay, so what it does, first of all, it started to build up the cocoon, that the protein fiber. Okay, and it surrounded itself from that cocoon. Okay, that fiber. Afterwards, farmer boiled it and drawn the silver from that, and they utilized. So it is, since silk is very expensive nowadays. Okay, so it has a lot of money. People will get a lot of money from that. Okay, so next move towards the plant fibers. Now plant fibers is also economically, we can say, a very strong thing for farmers. Okay, it provides a lot of money. Okay, so in plant fibers, what? Plant fiber means when we, whatever the fibers or the fabrics we are obtaining from the plants, we call it plant fibers. Okay, now as we see that Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, that 2-3 states are famous for cotton, wheat. Okay, so that cotton, okay, cotton plants, okay, there is steps, it has a fruit, and when that fruit started bursting, okay, a cotton comes out from that. Okay, when the cotton comes out, the people pluck that cotton from the cotton plant, send it to the industry, in a factory. Okay, engineering we can say. From there, whatever the seeds or the unwanted things, it will be removed. It will drawn into the thin fibers, and that fibers, yarns, converted into fabrics. Okay. So we obtain the cotton from the cotton flocks. Next one is that, another is that jute. If you observe in a grocery shop, you will find out the sack of sugar. Sack of sugar is stored in a specific sack. Okay, that sugar stored in a specific sack. If you observe it, that is made up of jute. Cultivation of jute is a specific process by which the farmers get the jute. Okay, see, obtaining of jute, mostly it occurs in West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, in those states. Okay, now how do we obtain the jute from cotton, jute plant? Okay, so there is certain process. Firstly, farmers sow the jute seeds. When the plants grows, okay, it reached at a certain place, certain stage when it started the flowering. When it reached at the flowering stage, okay, the farmer cut the stem of that plant and they kept into the water for rotting near about 10 to 15 days. They keep it for 10 to 15 days. Okay, after the rotting, after 10-15 days, you will observe that the jute started loosening. That stem started loosening, and we will find out we can get the fibers from that, and that fibers are afterwards useful for to make the jute clothes or jute fabrics. This is one of the important thing that the farmers have: cotton plant and jute plant, because financially they will get a lot of support from them. Okay, so this is that the plant fibers and animal fibers. Again, one thing that I wanted to mention here. Okay, whether it is animal fiber or plant fiber. Okay, there is a specific process through which that fabric is made. I told you that in Maharashtra, Solapuri shawl was very famous.